Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the last topic of this chapter, that is town planning and lifestyle of the people of India. Okay. At first, I would like to say in this part of the explanation, I am going to give more stress on how the people used to live during the Indus Valley civilization's time and how the town was totally planned. Okay, how the town was planned and what type of occupation people used to generally perform. Right. So, if we talk about occupation, people used to do different types of works, as I have said in the previous video also, like fishing, agriculture. They were merchant, they were traders, they used to make ornaments, jewelries, right? And they are, we can say, very good creative workers they were, right? Very talented, and they were based in art. So they have lots of skill in artistic way. If you see it, they are skilled people. So Indus people were peace-loving people, and they were very skilled, especially in the field of handicraft, handloom, and in the making of art. They were very good. Today we are going to know that how the town was planned during the Indus Valley civilization. So at first make you understand that the entire Indus civilization valley was divided into two parts. One, if you see the lower town, this is the lower town, okay, and this is called the upper town. If you see in the diagram, the upper town is raised up and the lower town is here. Why the upper town is raised up here? Because you know that Indus civilization is based on the river Indus, right? So if you know that near the river, generally during the rainy season, we have to face flood. So to prevent the area from flood, they have the upper town. This upper town is known as citadel. You have to see here, upper town is known as citadel, which is also known as acropolis, where the merchant, rulers and priests basically used to live there. If you see, I have drawn a diagram here, building like structure, and here if you see, here you can see the people main residential area. Lower towns are mainly based on residential area, where their normal people used to live with their own respective occupation, right? Like they used to do farming here, they used to do trade. They have good market system also, they have well settled market also here, and as a whole, if you say, they have different types of croplands, as well as common people are the part of the lower town. And in the upper town, if you talk about the upper town what we have the merchant, we have the rulers, we have the priests who used to live in the upper town. And one interesting thing in the upper town, we also have got some granaries. These are called granaries. Granaries means it is a storehouse of grains where grains are kept during the flood season, right? So you know when there is insufficiency of food, that they keep the grains in the granaries. And these granaries are made where? Not in the lower towns. They were made in the upper towns. Means citadel. One of the most important feature of citadel is the great public bath, or we can say it as a great bath. If you see, great bath is a building structure, right, where we organize, where they used to organize religious meetings, religious programs, social festivals, like sometimes birth anniversary, right, sometimes they do religious occasions. All these religious performance are done and organized in this particular place called the Great Public Bath. And here also they have different types of what we say, some type of swimming pools also were there, where they used to do their religious activities. Okay, and they also have good here. They also have good drainage system. They have good drainage system, so that the water can easily go away from there. Right, whenever they want, they can use the water, and whenever they don't want, they can release the water through the drainage system. This is the beauty of the upper town. And this upper town, as I said, there were granaries, there was great public bath. Again, there were one important thing, there were also warehouse, where tools and weapons are made, particularly that is called warehouse. And one more important feature of the Indus people is what? They used to make what? Pit house. Pit house. Now you might think, what is pit house? Pit house are nearly like underground basement. It is like where it is made in the underground basement type thing. Okay, when they used to keep their important things also, and sometimes they go to live when there is a very severe cold situation, right? So these pit house are used. Warehouse, as I said, they used to keep their arms and weapons, and they used to make different types of tools in the warehouse, right? And they do have a great public bath. Other than that, if you talk about lower house they have agricultural field, they have markets, residential areas where people used to live. Common people basically live in the lower town, and whereas upper town is filled with the merchant, rulers, and the priests. As a whole, it is all about the Indus town planning system. As I said in the previous video also, they had a very well network road system, they had proper drainage system, they do have dustbin system. And one interesting fact I would like to say is, in India, one of the very famous place, one of the Indus site, means we can say one of the Indus civilization site, has been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, and that is Dhola-Bira. Dhola-Bira is a place. It's a Dhola-Bira. Day before yesterday, Dhola-Bira is recognized as a World Heritage Site now, where we get lots of evidences of the Indus civilization. So it is just an update so that you know that this Dhola-Bira gives us more information about the Indus cities. Till now, we can find lots of evidences regarding the Indus people, their social life, what type of occupation they should do. So our archaeologists are working day and night to find out more and more evidences so that it can give us more knowledge and information about the Indus people. So these Indus people are very creative people, they were well organized people, and one of the most important feature of Indus town is they never believed in war policy. They were peace lovers, right? But why this Indus civilization decline? There are so many same causes are there, right? We don't know the accurate cause of this Indus Valley civilization, why they decline. Some causes like maybe due to natural disaster like flood or earthquake, maybe the reason. Maybe some invaders attacked those people, means Indus people, like the we can say about the Afghans people or the Turkish people, right? So we don't have any evidence regarding the declination of Indus Valley civilization. We have just the causes which are mentioned, maybe due to earthquake, maybe due to flood. So all these things are just we know from our own experience, but we cannot say accurately that whether these are the causes responsible for the decline of Indus Valley civilization. So this is all about the Indus people, and already I said that how they lived, what are the features, and one interesting thing again, this Indus cities, two famous cities are there. One is Mohenjo-daro, one is Harappa. These two places are very famous for their archaeological sites. And another one place already I said, Dhola-Bira, which is recognized as an World Heritage Site by the UNESCO recently. So as a whole, this is all about this particular chapter. I hope if you go through my explanation and if you go through the video, you will understand each and everything what I have said. So with this I would like to end my video today. So thank you for watching it. Thank you.